Hi there, I'm Senate Majority Leader Janae Shamp, and I'm here with House Majority Leader Michael Carbone.
In this week's edition of the Majority Report, we're highlighting Republican efforts to hold government accountable to the hardworking taxpayers of Arizona.
Part of that effort is ensuring that only the most qualified, nonpartisan individuals lead our critical state agencies as directors. Arizona Revised Statute 38-211 requires the Senate to confirm the governor's appointments, and that's exactly what we are doing, while also eliminating from the pool nominees those who are unqualified, radical, incompetent, or corrupt, and should not be holding leadership roles within the state of Arizona. This week, Senate Republicans voted to reject Governor Hobbs's director nominee, Barbara Richardson, of the Arizona Department of Insurance and Financial Institutions, after the Senate Committee on Director Nominations uncovered a very troubling history of her participating in discriminatory diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, among other radical left ideologies. She also routinely evaded the statutorily required administrative process by issuing rules through an informal edict. Despite the fake narrative pushed by the governor and her Democrat allies that we are obstructing the governor from establishing her cabinet, the Senate Committees on Director Nominations has held hearings for a total of 20 nominees. Of those, 14 were confirmed by the Senate body. Only 3 have been rejected. Meanwhile, 7 directors were withdrawn by the governor's office before they could even receive a hearing. Bottom line, we are getting a better caliber of directors leading our state agencies for the people of Arizona because of the Senate's fair, honest, thorough, and accurate confirmation process.
Over in the House, we're working to root out waste, fraud, and abuse in government through some of the legislation we're sending to the governor's desk. Unfortunately, my bill that would have done just that within Arizona's Medicaid program was irresponsibly vetoed by Hobbs. HB 2449 was intended to protect public health care resources for those who truly need them. By its own estimate, the poorly named Arizona Healthcare Cost Containment System has wasted over $3 billion in improper Medicaid payments since 2018, most of which is from failing to properly verify the eligibility of enrollees. My legislation would have closed loopholes that allow key eligibility factors to go unchecked during the Medicaid enrollment process and would have required more frequent eligibility checks. Unfortunately, this is not the first time that Governor Hobbs has been reckless with Arizona's Medicaid program. In 2023, it was the Republican legislature that forced the Hobbs administration to expedite the removal of hundreds of thousands of ineligible people from the Medicaid rolls, which saved Arizona taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars. My legislation would have led to even more savings. Governor Hobbs talks a big game about cleaning up wasteful government spending, but so far, her actions don't match her words.
That's all for today in this week's Majority Report. Take care and God bless.